What's going on, family? How are you?
Hey, people. We are here.
It's been a very interesting evening already. And I'm certain several of you are going to have to catch this on replay because, well, we are an hour late to our season 3 launch, and our guest was unable to make it. Unable to make it. Probably for the best anyway, because we didn't want to dip out on baby girl's
she had a track meet today, so it ran very late.
It ran very late, but man, we're excited to be here. So is life. Deborah Brewer,
hey Deborah,
thank you for joining us. Always good to have you. Hey fam, hey. I'm assuming you're watching on the Incubator's Couch channel because that's the only channel we're live on.
Yay.
So
thank you for coming over.
We're so excited that you
so
made
much.
the switch and hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified. Always good. Gary Jones Jr., we just saw your sister.
We saw your sister
at the track meet.
Yep.
At the track meet.
Yep. Her son did a couple events.
Yeah.
So this is the second time I'm seeing her already. I saw her on Saturday night at an event I was at also.
That is crazy.
So I was like, look at that. I keep bumping into her like random places. I'm like, Huntsville is not that small.
No, it really isn't.
I should not be bumping into her that much, but I do.
She said, you guys look like you had the same type of day I had. That's what Deborah's saying.
Oh, girl.
Let me go to the comments.
I tell you.
Let me add one in there. Glad you showed up. Miss you guys. Oh, we miss you too.
Yeah, we do.
And we thank you so much for being with us today. Okay, cool. Man, a couple of comments coming in. Yes, I need to attend an event. Yes,
sir. There are plenty.
There are plenty. And thank you, Gary, man. Always good. I know Darius O'Kane was on with us earlier.
And he had on his shirt.
And he said he had on his shirt and everything. So we kind of missed out on that. But either way, listen, we just want to touch on one or two things tonight and get out of your way. This is our kickoff for season 3.
Come on.
And we're excited that you're with us. Season 3 is here, and we are going to be doing slightly different than we've done in the past. We will be doing masterclass style, essentially. We'll have our live guest on first Mondays. So the first Monday of the month, you'll get a live show from us, and that helps us to kind of spread it out a little bit. But if you stay tuned to the channel, oh snap, I just realized I still have this hosting
other things. Other things will be coming live for.
Some other things will be coming down the pike. We will be putting out content. We'll be putting out shorter videos pertaining to entrepreneurship, tips, tricks, best practices. We'll be putting our host rants in there. Yeah.
Because in the time that we've been gone, we've garnered a full spread of other rants.
A whole other rants. Yeah. Other ways that we want to be able to vent. We'll also be sharing our resources. We had a segment in the show called Resource of the Week. And so we're going to be expanding that to be just kind of some videos, like a playlist on the channel where we highlight some resources. I've got some new ones, with the emergence of AI for business, man. There's a guy in the entrepreneurship group at church that talked about this platform for onboarding clients, and it allows them to look at all kinds of stuff, upload files, everything is in one place. Pictures, videos, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, man, that sounds like it would be amazing. So that kind of thing is what we want to ensure we can highlight and make available and share those resources with the broader audience. So hopefully you guys stick around for that. And we see that there are 5 of you on the live. Just go ahead and let us know where you are, or where you're chatting from, what you got going on. We want to make sure we get a chance to engage with you. Here's the first thing I want to ask to the chat. 5 of you on with us. So listen, if you're here, you might as well get engaged, right?
Might as well.
Pull out your phone, pull out your device, go ahead and type. So the first question is, what are your, no, let me not ask it that way. What is something you wished you knew before you went into business? What is one thing you wished you knew before you went into business? Oh man. What is something you like, now that you know it, you can't unsee it, and it literally governs, how you operate in business. But what is that one thing? Everybody has slightly different things. True. Yeah. that they wish they knew before they went into business. For me, I'm waiting. I'm just kind of pausing to see if anybody's going to jump in there before I throw out my own, because I don't want to taint the conversation. Once I share mine, everybody's just going to be responding to that one, and it's going to be a whole rant as well. So, But what is one thing you wish you knew before you went into business? Now, it could be good, and it could be something that's frustrating as well. But we wanted to just check and see what, if anything, you guys wanted to share. Anything you got, man? What you think?
Does it have to be just one?
No.
I might have a couple.
No. You can share as many as you want. This is the question for tonight.
Don't play with the IRS, y'all.
Yeah. Don't play with the IRS. Okay. I didn't think you were going to go there, but
different states do different things. Make sure you're very clear on the requirements for the state that you're in.
Yes.
Maryland is one of those weird states that got weird rules for no reason. And if you fill something out wrong, you can pay for that.
Yeah.
Like, literally pay for that.
Man.
So I recommend either you get a lawyer to write up everything properly.
Exactly.
Or you have someone that's going to walk you through every step of the process.
Mercy.
Because one little mistake in setting up your business can really screw you in the long run.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I would definitely say.
That's heavy. I should have cut to her camera for that one, but I totally forgot that I even had that shot there queued up and ready to go. But I see Deborah has shared one as well, and she says, "My time is valuable."
And we have talked about this offline, so I know where you're coming from, Deborah.
My time is valuable. My time is valuable. My time is valuable. I feel that so deeply.
And I got a story for that.
She says that is true, Kanik. She's talking about the tax piece. Listen, the IRS, they don't play.
They don't play. They want their money.
No. We were listening to a song on the way home from the track meet just now, and the guy was like, "The only thing I fear is IRS and God." And he wasn't playing around. He was definitely correct on that one. You don't play with the tax thing.
You don't.
I'll tell you this. On that same tax concept, when I went in business, that's when I really understood taxes better. I don't think I understood them. When you work a 9 to 5, you think of the whole
business who is paying you. They take care of all that.
They take care of so many pieces. You don't have to worry about it. But it's like, but you always get to this time of year, this particular time of year, March, right? Going into April 15, that's the day. You get to this time of year and you're almost like, okay, sweet, I got a tax refund. Not so for entrepreneurs, not so for business owners. You may get a tax refund, but even if you did, you start asking yourself, so what am I doing wrong that there's such a huge refund? I don't need Uncle Sam holding on to that money. I could be doing way better with that money myself. And that's something that really kind of switched in my head when I got into business for myself. I was like, oh, okay, this tax thing is kind of different.
And you got to know what things to, I don't know if the right term is to file for or be exempt for. There's like so many loopholes. That's the word, write-offs.
Yeah.
When you're running a business that you need to talk with an accountant.
Yeah.
To find out all those little loopholes because, man.
No, that's heavy.
It's a lot.
that's really a big one. But I want to hear this. Listen, I still have mine. I haven't said mine yet, but I want to hear this story. You said you got a story on the time thing.
Oh my goodness. So picked up a client. I should have known from the get. No, it's not a matter of forget. I needed to have set boundaries earlier.
Okay.
So this client, he was referred by an older friend client person. And because of the association, I'm like, I want to make sure I take care of this person. So
we've talked about that in the past as well. When somebody refers, you know, you want to give them a different, that's a whole nother level.
I picked up the phone. We talked about the project. It ran over the 15 minutes. I was like, okay, this is a friend of a friend. I'm going to take care of them. Get into the project now. And this older person, they like to call, they like to text. The person was fine in saying, hey, do you mind if you call me so we can just run through a few things? I said, okay, fine. I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
But after the third time of trying to call me, I was like, I'm not picking up the phone. I am not answering any texts.
Yeah.
We are going to do this over email.
Yeah.
That same person still tried to call, still tried to text.
Yeah.
Even though I set that boundary like, hey, email, I did not answer the phone. I did not respond to the text. I responded to the email saying, hey, email. Still, we're wrapping up the project now. Still tried to call, still tried to text.
That's crazy.
And I did not respond. And he backed it up by sending an email. Every time he would try to call and text and he didn't get my response, he sent an email. And that's when I would respond. So I'm saying all that to say is you got to make sure you set them boundaries real early. Yeah. Because if not, you're going to be living on that phone with that person, annoying the mess out of you for hours. And you don't have time for that.
I have no time for that.
No time for that.
Yeah. I had something similar. Let me go back to the main shot. We'll come back. I'm coming to your comment, Deborah. I had a very similar scenario. And it wasn't a friend of a friend, but I had a similar scenario where it's like we had already kind of gotten into a conversation directly, and I wanted to kind of have that, you know, keep that conversation going as we were going through the project. But so there are different types of phone people. We have a term called hostage. And
that one was a hostage.
And that's what I wanted to get to. That's what, because I as soon as you begin to describe it, I was like, oh, hostage. I know exactly who you're talking about, because our term is hostage. You are on the phone and you're like, yo, I gotta get off of this joint. Phone. So I recognize that this guy was, you know, it was literally a Boko Haram kind of situation. So I decided, I stayed on the phone with him one time, and we were on the phone for almost like just under an hour. And we're getting ready to get off. And he's like, oh man, you know, I know, you know, I know, you know, we took a little bit of your time, but I just wanted to, you know, shout out a couple of little things. And I was like, hey bro, we've been on the phone for an hour. And he's like, oh man, has it been an hour? I was like, yeah, it's been a whole hour. You know, I charge $250 per hour. And he was like, oh. I was like, yeah, that is an entire hour that we just spent on the phone. And just that little exchange, just that realization, when I let him know, yes, we have been on the phone for an hour, and my hour cost $250 at the time. It did something for him. It did something for him. Subsequent calls that I answered, because several I didn't, but subsequent calls that I answered were quick and to the point, because he realized, oh yeah, no, this is not just a friendly thing. We're not just getting to know one another. No. We're in business. We're in business. And if I'm not doing the work I'm supposed to be doing, hey, and here's the other thing too. So somebody told me this earlier today. They were like, if saying I'm too busy to do such and such and such is not a flex. So business owners, if you're too busy, what you're actually saying to folks is, I'm disorganized. I can't plan. I don't know how to delegate. I haven't scaled. I haven't grown my team. I'm experiencing success that I did not prepare for. So there are times built into my day for me to just do my own thing. It isn't that I had another call. It isn't that I had some other client project to work on. It's not that I had a show to run. It's not that I had something I needed to do. Maybe I needed to be at a track meet with my daughter. Maybe I needed to go pick up my son and take him for a haircut. It isn't something that I had to do that was ridiculously pressing, but because I own my calendar, I get to set my schedule. Exactly. And so that's it. That's it. I see you out there, GP. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Okay, let me get this comment from Deborah. Deborah says, I am not available 24/7. I have hours. I think when transitioning from a 9 to 5 to full time, you have to set up boundaries.
Exactly.
Deborah is hitting the nail square on the head tonight with that comment right there.
So for my calendar, the way how I have it set up, Monday to Wednesday, you can set an appointment with me. Thursday, Friday, you can't even see those days on my calendar.
Those days are not even available.
Those days are gone.
Yeah.
So you're on the right track, Deborah. You set those time frames for when you're available for those meetings, and that's it.
That's it.
Because folks be like, hey, can we meet on Thursday? You can check my calendar and book something on there.
Yeah.
And those days are not on there.
Those days are not available. Man, I noticed that none of the Thursdays are available. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Okay, Deborah's hanging with us tonight. I love it. I like it. You got this one.
She said, I had to tell someone a few minutes before this live the same thing, Kirk, that we have passed the time of free consultation. I charge after a certain time. I'd be happy to set up a scheduled time. Yes, ma'am.
Listen, but Deborah, we are on the same page.
Yes, ma'am.
I just, yeah.
What I want to say is, when you have people go through for us, we use Calendly, and they see the 15-minute or whatever time that you have that's free, you put that on there, free 15-minute consultation. Then you put below that 30 minutes, so-and-so amount, 1 hour, so-and-so amount. That's when they're like, oh, she's serious. I need to not play with her time. Because there are multiple times people have scheduled a time on my calendar and they're like, oh, and they get on the call and they're like, oh, okay, I know we only have 15 minutes, so I just want to run through this real quick. Blah, 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 blah. Because they see on there, this is what my time costs.
Yeah.
And if you go over that time, you might need to pay up.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I had a lady schedule a discovery call, and then she missed the discovery call. We laugh at these all the time. I be sitting in Zoom while I'm working on something else, and I'm like, and Kanika will be like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Person didn't show up for the discovery call." So she missed the discovery call. She scheduled a second one, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna let this one slide. She didn't show up for the second one. Now, when she didn't show up for the second one, I was like, okay, yeah, now we're done. She scheduled a third. Oh. And that joint was promptly canceled. I mean, you can just right in their Calendly, canceled, and it's like, do you want to give a reason to the appointment, person who booked the appointment? I'm like, yes, you scheduled and missed 2 meetings. By right, you should actually be paying me now.
Pretty much. Yeah. No, for real, because you've wasted booked out time. Because yours is what, 30 minutes?
Well, the discovery call is 30 minutes. And here's the thing too.
That's a whole hour where you blocked out time for them.
Oh yeah. And for me, the discovery call is not free. It's for us to get to know one another. And a lot of times people get in the discovery call and they're like, well, I just really wanted to know how to do this. And I'm like, yeah, no, if you want to know how to do that, then here's what you need to book. Here's the engagement that we need to have for me to be able to teach you how to do that. But we're on the call right now.
You're nice.
But this is a discovery call. This is a call for us to get to know one another. This is not paid. Oh, do you have anything that's because I really feel like I only need 15 minutes. You can still book a half-hour session, or you can book an hour session. It's totally up to you. The prices are there. So for me, I'm not really playing around with it. I love this. The 3-hour discovery call. GP says. That's not the way. That is not the way. And the truth is that there is a possibility to probably even solve the problem in the 15 minutes, but that's just not something that I have available. Here's another thing that I'll say. I had a meeting with a guy. Kanik knows about this one. So we had a discovery call, and the guy 5 minutes into the discovery call was like, let's make this a paid session. Tell me where I need to pay. Let's make this a paid session. You're the guy. You have the answers. I want the answers. Let's make this into a paid session right now. And I was like, all right, bet, let's do it. Send him my fee, send him the invoice. He wanted 4 sessions total. So he said, okay, when you're putting together the invoice, I want you to invoice me double your fee, because I want you to be excited about working with me. I was like, well, who wouldn't serve a God like this? I heard about him, but now I've got to know him for myself. So I was like, yeah, no, hey, we can do that. I sent him the invoice. That man paid the joint before.
Promptly.
Yeah, I had not been offered the call for an hour and he had already paid.
Promptly.
In our third session, which was just a few days ago, I shared with him something with Ecamm and Zoom. Not going to get into the technical pieces, but he literally said, he had his assistant on the call with me. He said to the assistant, that one thing he just said right there, it's worth all the money we paid him. And this is the thing that I want people to kind of recognize when you get into the consulting space. It isn't money for value. And quite literally, sometimes it's not money for time. It's money to create an environment for answers to be found, because us working together can be magical. And so that's the piece when you get into the consulting space.
Paying for that expertise. Like I've been doing this for how long?
Yeah.
You're paying for that expertise that I've garnered over the years.
It ain't going to take me.
It will take you 10 days.
Exactly.
But it's going to take me like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
so that's what you are paying for.
That's what you're talking about. Let me, boom, 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 done. Oh, snap. That's worth the whole thing. And it's great when you have a client who can recognize that that's where we are. Because some don't, but hallelujah, some do. Deborah Brewer says, 3-hour discovery, GP, we have to be paid for half-day fee for me to block my time. I have to be paid for a half-day fee. That's good.
We already did our good work for coming on live. We can probably end it now because GP already said thanks. He's updating his Calendly right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, sir, that joint is clutch.
That thing is clutch. There's a challenge question I have on my 15-minute meeting. 15-minute meeting is not even publicly available. I have to physically send you that link. And so when you go to book it, it says, pause. This is just for you and Kirk to chat it up.
Oh, yeah.
Meet and greet. This is not a consultation. Yes. This is not a da-da-da-da.
That's in my wording. If
you have that kind of a question, you need to book this kind of session. And so those things really help.
Oh, yeah.
Those things help because it sets the expectation for whoever it is you're going to meet with, for them to know, like, we're not just going to be doing it like this.
I put that all under discovery call free. And in the description, this includes blah, 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 us talking of blah, blah, blah. Because make it very clear so that people know, oh, okay, this is the free option. This is the paid. That's what we talk about in the free. This is what talks about in the paid. Perfect.
So let me answer the question, because I was holding off. The question was, what is something you wish you knew before you went into business?
Oh, dang. Way off.
Yeah, we went down the rabbit hole, which is no, it's good. It's good. Because this is it. This is how we're going to land right here.
Okay.
But for me, one of the things I wish I knew before going into business was that I want to say this in the most succinct way possible, but it requires discipline. That it requires discipline. It, not just discipline from a monetary standpoint, not just discipline from a follow through standpoint, but it requires discipline in every aspect. I mean, it requires discipline. I don't know, like, being in business for yourself is the ultimate test of discipline. Somebody has paid. They're expecting a product. Are you going to deliver?
You're so right. Discipline. You have to be able to get the project done in the time frame you've told them you're going to get it done.
Yo, somebody is expecting you to show up at 10 a.m. on Tuesday to produce their live show. Are you going to show up?
You gotta have
the discipline.
Yes, that's right.
Will you even remember that you have that appointment? Like, the discipline piece. And I hear people all the time talking about, I want to be on my grind. I want to be on my hustle. Oh, I want to be doing this. And then they get clients. They get clients. Oh my gosh. I hope that y'all are hearing what I'm saying right now. They get clients and they will complain in earshot of me or to me about what the client is not doing and this. And all I'm hearing is, oh, you're not disciplined. You're not disciplined. You haven't engaged. You haven't told the client how to engage with you. You haven't given them a process. You don't even know what your deliverables are. You're making the thing up as you go. you're not disciplined.
And if you were disciplined, you would have had that all set up and figured out before even going into business. Like you've got to be disciplined enough to sit down and walk through your business plan, your business model, all that stuff before you even go into business. And that by itself is a beast. Listen, so if you can sit down and do that, then you should be able to be successful in business.
Discipline will cause you to give somebody your price and not waver. Discipline will cause you to deliver high quality deliverables for a client when that client was trash because your name is on it. Discipline is listen, it's the crux. It's everything. When you're in business for yourself and you are literally, you're flexing that discipline muscle all day, every day, all day, every day. I've got this project. I've got this project. This project is at this level of this. I've got these people working on these pieces. I'm working on this piece, and we will get this part this day, this part this day. I've got a client. You have mapped out the process, and you're looking towards getting across the line. It's discipline.
It really is.
It's discipline. We were at a race just tonight, track meet just tonight, and these kids were. You know, we were literally where we were standing was right at the finish line.
Right at the finish line.
And we just kept on seeing, you know, athlete after athlete after athlete stopping just before the line.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Or slowing down to cross the line. One kid literally stopped and walked across the line.
Walked.
And in my mind, I'm like, guy,
come on.
You're right there. Like this line was the whole point of you running the race in the first place. Oh gosh. I hope y'all are hearing what I'm saying. Like this client that you prayed for. Listen, I'm a person of faith. I'm unapologetic where that's concerned. This client that you prayed for, that God blessed you with, now you're complaining. This was the reason. This client was the finish line. Are you disciplined enough to run through the line?
Come on now.
No. Don't walk through that joint. Don't drag through like, I don't like this. This is what you asked for. Discipline. Oh God, I wish I knew that before. I wish I knew that. Somebody needs to just go ahead and receive that in their spirit. Discipline. You want to be in business and you're not disciplined? You're asking for trouble. And
being disciplined in business, that's going to just be in everything else.
Yeah.
Discipline in your personal life. Like it's going to trickle down into everything else.
Yeah. Listen. I said that it's more than about money, but I can't leave the money piece out. Because listen, there's feast and famine in business, y'all. There are months where it's like it's a dump truck.
It's
you're like, whoa, where all this money came from? And then there are months where you're like, oof, carry the two. The math ain't mathing. Ramen again. So you have to be able to be disciplined in parsing that thing out. My business coach told me, no. When you have that money, you got to pay yourself. And by pay yourself, he meant put money away, not pay bills, not go out to eat. Put that money aside so that on the months where you don't have, oh gosh, a good friend of mine, he has a philosophy of, if I have one client, he wanted to get his consulting rate to the point where his one client pays for his monthly bills, his monthly number. You have a number in your head. Entrepreneurs, business owners, you know what your number is. That number is what you need to cover everything for the month. And so he knows that if he has one client for the month, he is covered. And so what I said to him jokingly was like, if you have two clients in 1 month, then the whole other client, that's all pocket change. He was like, no, that's 2 months. And my mind blew up. I was like, oh. And I was like, so what happens if you have 3 clients in 1 month? He said, then I've got 3 months covered. I said, so when do you start playing with the money? Because at a certain point, you may even have a year covered. He said, when I have a year covered. When I have a year covered, I'll take June, July off.
That's good.
When I have a year covered, you know, he said, but the thing is, though, I only have a year covered. And I've never looked at it that way. I'm like, only a year? Sir, you are covering a year. He's like, yeah, but I only have a year covered. So I can only play in that year. Once that year is done, I got to go back to work.
Got to go back to work.
Oh, yeah. Discipline, y'all. That's the word. That's the word. Receive that, y'all. Discipline. Come on, Deborah Brewer said it. Are you disciplined enough?
Yeah.
Are you disciplined enough? Discipline. Listen, That thing will show you up in business.
Yes, it will.
You
because if you're not disciplined, it's gonna show.
You'll be out there like, man,
flailing around.
I thought I was disciplined. I didn't realize it. I need help. I need help. Listen, fam, we've had some fun tonight already. It is 8:41. We haven't been on I think we've been on for about half hour, maybe 40 minutes or so. But there's a question I want to leave you with as we get ready to dive out, and that is, finish this sentence. Now you don't have to do it now. You can put it in the comments if you're watching this later. You can DM us, whatever, and make sure you come to whatever our next show is and next content with this question in mind. You should be an entrepreneur if blank. How do you finish that? How do you finish that? You should not be an entrepreneur if blank. You should not be an entrepreneur if you're not disciplined. That's easy because I just said that. Okay. But one that I heard yesterday was if you can budget. I never really thought about it like that, but yes. If you can budget, you can be an entrepreneur. Yeah. If you can't budget, you should probably stay with the 9 to 5.
Go and get a 9 to 5 and stick with that 9 to 5.
You need to have the comfort and security of a regular paycheck, because this is not that. This is not that. But yeah, fill in that blank. Family, this is the Incubator's Couch, unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and business owners just like you. And we hold space here for us not only to vent about some of the things that we're experiencing, but for us to also have a mirror, because at times it can seem like the problem is everyone else.
But sometimes it's you.
But real talk. Sometimes the problem is right there in the mirror looking back at you. And nothing will show you that mirror closer than business. That's why I said discipline is so critical. But fam, man, I can't thank you guys enough. There's 7 of you guys on the live with us right now.
Hi, Tora.
Tora is with us. Oh my word. I saw your live earlier and I was like, look at Tora go. Thank you so much, Tora, for being with us tonight. Tora was one of our winners.
Yes. I hope you got your
Tora,
shirt.
Did you get the shirt?
It should have come on Saturday.
I hope that your shirt came. Darius O'Kane shared with us that his shirt came as well.
And he was rocking it
today. Yeah. So I hope that your shirt came, Tora. Let us know in the chat if you're here a little bit longer. Two quick notes before we go. Number one, as we mentioned at the beginning, we will be doing live content on first Monday. So just kind of mark your calendar for first Mondays. We will be doing live content. Season 3 is going to be way different than season 1 and 2 in that our conversations, therapy sessions, right, with businesses and business owners and entrepreneurs will be live, so you'll be able to engage with them. That's right. We usually go live by ourselves, and then we play the recording. So definitely want to make sure that we get.
She got her shirt.
She said, "I got it. My shirt came, and I plan on rocking it this Friday." That's awesome. That is awesome. That's so awesome. Tora's Adventist, by the way. Oh, yeah. I know that, but I didn't know if you knew that. We've been rocking together for a little minute. Nice. And she's got a dope show, really dope show. Okay. So y'all listen, click on her avatar right there on YouTube if you can, and check her out. Tora's doing her thing. Nice. And I love to see it. But yeah. We will be doing lives on first Mondays, but we will also be putting out a series of videos on the channel, shorter videos, 3 to 5 minutes, some of them 7 to 9 minutes. I'm trying to keep it bite-sized where we share resources. I have our venting sessions where we do some incubator spotlights. The different segments of the live experience that we had in previous seasons, we'll kind of break them out into smaller bite-sized chunks. We really want to grow this channel. We want this to be a go-to space for businesses and entrepreneurs. Man, if you know somebody who's killing it in their space, you need to message them and say, you guys need to get on the couch. Go to the couch.
Come
the
on.
Incubator's couch. I love that.
Voice on the Move Radio live from South Africa. Come on through.
Come on. Oh.
Yes.
I put that up on the wrong scene. Here we go.
Yeah. Welcome.
Morning, family watching from South Africa. Sanbonani.
Sir, what time is it over there? Is it like 4 a.m.?
I don't know.
5 a.m.
Sawubona. This is what we will say. Okay. We are excited. Thank you so much for being with us today. Voice of the Move, Radio Live. Always appreciate you guys coming through. We take none of it for granted. Thank you so much. That's awesome. But listen, those are the two quick things I wanted to share. We have live content first Mondays, and we'll have produced content on the channel, and we want the channel to grow. We want to really have this be a space dedicated for entrepreneurs. And if there are people that you know that you're like, man, you should interview them, maybe, different other business owners, we're also going to be doing some remote interviews, but those will be recorded. So our live experience will be like this, but our remote interviews will be recorded, and we may have some other recorded content. Not everybody can make it live. 7:00 on a Monday is difficult, as you can tell by tonight's experience. It's a little bit difficult. But for those that are local but can't make it live, we will definitely have them come through, sit on the couch, we'll record. We've set things up so much more easier now in terms of being able to record. Like, it's just one camera and everything else is pretty much set. So
we just got to show up. We just got to sit down and talk.
That's it. Before we had to build
set it up, tear it down. It was a lot of work. Oh my goodness.
So we've kind of taken some of that guesswork out, and again, we're going to reap the benefits of the prep work, of the discipline. You see what I did there?
Come on.
But that's it, fam. Yeah. What's voice saying?
It's 4:44 a.m. I knew it was crack of dawn over there. That's early.
Oh no.
Early.
But
then maybe if he's doing the morning show, he's up early.
Yeah. Yeah. So. We have a family that live in South Africa, and I believe he does. So does Naye has a morning show?
I don't know what time he does it, but he does do a radio show. It's
a radio show. I can't remember. Naye Lupandwana is his name. That's our brother-in-law. Yes. Brother in love. That's another way of saying it. But but anyway, we love South Africa. Just a FYI. That's pretty much it, y'all. That's it for today.
Thank you.
And
I
hope that it was meaningful for you.
And
thank you so much for coming through and hanging out with us today. It truly is an honor. We take none of it for granted. You could have been doing something else.
Pretty much. Because we did not show up.
Right. We were an hour late. We weren't disciplined. No, I shouldn't say we weren't disciplined. Things happen.
Life happens.
Things happen. And that's why I was so appreciative when I was chatting with Darius O'Kane in the chat earlier. He was like, man, enjoy that while you can. He said his kids are way older now. So he can't go to track meets anymore. He would love to. And I was like, you know what? That's a really good perspective. So definitely going to enjoy them while we can. And we're going to take our wins where we we can. And listen, fam, that's it for tonight. So discipline. And you shared, don't mess with the IRS. Don't mess with the IRS. And then what did Deborah share? Deborah shared
time.
Time is valuable.
Time is valuable.
Time is valuable. Those are your 3 nuggets for today. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, don't mess with the IRS. Time is valuable. Make sure you're disciplined. All right. Well, family, listen, we're excited that you were with us tonight, and we will see you in the next one. Grace and peace.